I first heard about My Computer Works from our local paper in Sun City. I gave them a call. I found out what they did, and I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced cheese and peanut butter together. And I tried it, and I was very, very impressed. Worked beautifully. Still works beautifully. And since then, I've sent several people over to them, and they're all happy. I got my computer serviced before by experts. Experts that were trying, cost a lot of money, and never quite made it. And I just struggled with it. It was terrible. Not a good system at all. So when I saw this, I said, this may be the answer. And it is. I use My Computer Works for whenever something comes up that I don't know how to do. And that's a lot, because everything is so complicated now. Whenever I get something in the mail, or I have a question, or if my computer starts acting up, I call them. And they always take care of it. I love the fact that they don't have to come to my house, because then I can get them whenever I need them, and I don't have to do much of anything. Seeing that I like to work in the evenings, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, if something goes wrong or something I don't understand, I can call them, and I always get somebody. In fact, I've got a couple of good friends there now, and I always get service. If it can't be done that night, they do it the next morning. You call them, and the thing is remarkable the first time you see it. They actually take over your computer, and you can see on your screen the mouse moving. And you can talk on the phone and watch him or her. He'll talk to you, you talk to them, and you can see them, how they go through it and what they can do. And there's no way I could do this. Not a chance. I don't even understand the words. So it works beautifully. Now, when I did get a new computer, and I've done that a couple times, it takes a good 3 hours to get it set up. So you're way ahead. I mean, you bring in the new computer, you call them, you tell them that I have a new computer, and they say, okay, I'm going to need 3 hours with it. You can either watch, or you can go do something else, and I'll call you back later. And when you get back, everything's all set up. It's got a virus program. It's got everything you need. And the things that you get with the computer are not necessarily the things you want to keep. That's what I found out. That's one of the features that I like, that it is safe, that it's never out of my sight. I don't know who could do what with it. And with all of this information and identity crisis going on now, I wouldn't want to let it out of my sight. And here, it's with me all the time, and I can see them working on it. I use them for anything that I don't understand. When you go online sometimes, if somebody's going to try and sell you something by saying, you know, you should really update, and you should have this, and you should have that, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, because I don't know what it is. So that's when I make my list. When I get 3 or 4 items, I call them and I say, okay, this is what I've got today. What do you think? And they'll tell me whether I should have it or not have it, and they'll tell me, better yet, no, you don't want that, but I've got something better for you, and they'll put that on. I've got one now. I've got something from AARP, and it's some accelerator program. So when I get home tonight, I'm going to call and say, what is it? Do I need it? Do I want it? And whatever they say, I'm going to do. They just fix or do what I ask, and there's no high pressure sales of any kind, because they don't sell anything, which is nice. The fact that I can get them when I need them is perfect, because if I'm in the middle of something and I'm having trouble, I don't want to have to wait and take it someplace else, and that's just not going to work. So this way I can call, and within 15 minutes I've got service, and it's working. Yes, I like very much that they're an American-owned company, because they speak English. It's very nice to hear somebody on the other end of the phone with regard to computers that speaks American English, talks the way I do, understands what I'm asking, and I can get it done. That's a big plus, very big plus. Now, my computer works. Does yours?